What's going on, guys? Scotty Sparks here, coach of your London Luxray, bringing you my battle for week 2. That being said, I did record it live, and halfway through it did the little flashy thing, and that meant that the rest was recorded, but the picture was the same. So, I probably won't post that, but I'm just going to talk through, since it's been, as you see, 3 to 4 hours. I'll talk through kind of what my thought process was going into this game. So watch my team builder, you know that Slurpuff's there to set up and get that belly drum sweep. It pretty much hits everything he could bring. Silvally Fire was meant to take on the Ninetales, just to prevent any Aurora Veil shenanigans. Blastoise to survive Salazzle, and Oko that. Got Lucario there to set up on a Chansey, which he doesn't have, so Lucario's kind of expendable this match. Scarf Salaman's just kind of like is a good check to his team overall, and then to make sure Gallade doesn't just wreck my day. So that being said, let me just jump into the battle. My charger can work. Okay, there we go. So looking at his team, there wasn't really anything he liked to switch into Blastoise, and that kind of was going in as that was kind of like my best play, I guess, because I need Skarmory, I need Silvally, Slurpuff too early to set up Lucario. I could lead Lucario, but I mean, there's a Jirachi, there's a Gallade, there's a Salazzle. Like, there's too many things that wrecked Lucario this match. Salamence, meh. Easy Ninetales switch in. So Blastoise just took over. Pretty much everything on this team didn't appreciate Blastoise except Gallade and Ninetales, and even them weren't really big fans of it. So I'll put on. I lead the Blastoise. I got the Salazzle here. He makes the right play. He switches out. There wasn't really much he could switch into. Gets the Hail up. So I'm just gonna go for that Water Pulse because I wanted damage over Burns this game. And because this is such a big piece in stopping Salazzle, I go into my designated little Ninetales switch. He's probably going to go for the Veil there, I assume, but I'm just going to go for the Parting Shot, or the Toxic, because at this point there was only 2 switch-ins he really could have. He wasn't switching in Executor to a Fire type. He wasn't switching Jirachi, and Salazzle couldn't really do much, so I felt pretty safe to go for a Toxic here. And then I can just Parting Shot out on whatever he wants to do. He does go for the Calm Mind here, so luckily I switch into Salamence because it can put some offensive pressure, but at the same time it's not really needed this game, as like my other pieces are. This might have been a good time to get in all honesty, to get a Slurpuff in, and I could have from there, but I kind of didn't. This is probably the moment I should have went in with Slurpuff. He's gonna go for the Iron Defense, but I still think Slurpuff could have lived through it, especially with the Toxic wearing him down. This is gonna get the kill, get the confusion, which is lucky because I realized that Ninetales could just come in here and just wreck my day. But now that I'm confused, I can switch into my designated Slurpuff. I mean my Ninetales switch in the Silvally. He's gonna go for the Veil, because why not? I'm locked into Outrage. And then he's going to switch into Salazzle, but I'm going to get that Defog off and get that Parting Shot out of here. He'll go for the Nasty Plot here, which is a good play on his part to try setting up. I don't know why he really set up with the Necrozma. I guess it was kind of toxic and it was kind of like, it was now or never. But he kind of, in a way, sacked it without getting any damage on the Salamence. It's not really going to play a role in the match, but he's going to go for the Nasty Plot. I'm going to go for the Parting Shot, and like I said, this Blastoise in the team builder was able to live a Sludge Wave and then a Poisonium Z Sludge Wave. So a +1 Poisonium Z, I do live. It does 83 max on a Timid set, which I feel like he has to be. I live, go for the Water Pulse, and I live at 7, which means I'm going to live the Hail to go to 1%. Here I think he kind of panics, goes into the Alolan Executor, and I have the Ice Beam coverage. He might have thought I didn't have it, but I have it. It's just that's just gonna drop. I kind of didn't need Blastoise anymore now that Salazzle is dead. There's no need to predict anything there. He's going to go into Ninetales. I feel like my play here should have been sack Blastoise then, but just get an Aqua Jet up. Because then if he went for the Aurora Veil, I could have played around that. But I'm just going to mess around with this Silvally. I didn't want him to Aurora Veil on my parting shot, which is why I'm kind of staying in with Silvally and trying to let it sack, trying to sack it off. But now I'm going to switch. I'm going to go into Cotton Kirby because this is my only chance to really belly drum up. I wasted my shot against Necrozma. It's going to give him a chance to go for the Aurora Veil, but after the Aurora Veil and the belly drum, I will still be at like a high enough attack that I can wreck this Ninetales. And I can wreck the Gallade. I'm going to do a calc. Let me calc this quick. Because I want to see if that was the right. See. Okay. Gallade. OUSD. Versus a Slurpuff. Cotton Kirby. Me at +6. Yeah, play rough just... it just annihilates him. So he makes the right play into Jirachi. Me having Thief means that I'm not going to be able to Okolm. It's something max or min to a defensive Jirachi. So it's going to do like the 55, 53 like it did. Bring me down, or knock me out. And now my play is just get rid of this Aurora Veil, because here he had two options. He's a defensive set. He had leftovers. He had Wish, which I didn't really notice, but I mean, until it was too late. But it was he either could switch into Glade or do something with the Jirachi. I'll get rid of those hazards, and between Salamence and Lucario's E-Speed, I can beat Glade. So now that I get that away and I didn't take any damage, I'm just gonna sack the Blastoise because Skarmory is still useful in checking Glade. It's gonna be able to live a +2 close combat if it comes down to that. Here I get lucky. I think it did matter, but I'm gonna get the crit, and the Z Tectonic Rage is gonna knock out the Jirachi, so that's one less thing I have to worry about. And at this point, I'm just gonna E-Speed, because there's nothing better I can do. Get some chip damage if he decides to go for the close combat. He goes for the SD. So right now he's in a point where if he SDs again, I win. So he's forced to attack now. He can't get more than a +2 to his attack. And me being Scarf, I live the Shadow Sneak, which is the only priority he has, and finish it off. Sharing a lot of the kills there. I think Blastoise got 2, Slurpuff got 1, Lucario got 1, Salamence got 2. Yeah, 2. So it's pretty good. A lot of new pieces. I've used pretty much my whole team now, which is nice in 2 games. It was a really good battle too. I really like how the Silvally Fire worked. I feel like it shut down the Ninetales from what I needed it to, from doing what it could do, because a Necrozma and a Gallade behind an Aurora Veil is not something I wanted. But this is definitely a scary team for like future teams, because not many fire types get defog. So the fact that Ninetales and Necrozma and Gallade are going to be a core, that's gross. But yeah, that's all from me. I'm going to see you guys next week. We're 2-0. I'll show you the stats here. 2-0. Scroll down here. In our division, we are first in our division, but there is a game that has not been played yet. If Jordan wins by 3 or more, then we'll be second. If Brandon wins by, I guess he needs 6 or 5, then we'll be tied on 5. But here's our team right now. So we are +6 and 2-0, 2-game winning streak. And we got some minus differentials here in Nidoqueen and Silvally, but I mean, it's gonna happen. And we got some kills here. We got a 3-2-2-2. So our team's like, it's looking like our team isn't gonna be one of those where like 2 or 3 like lead the kill board. It's gonna be one where like 6 Pokemon all share like 15th place kind of thing. Like they're not going to be on the top of the kill board, but they're gonna share the load, which is nice because right now there's of our 11 we've got, I think that's seven of our 11 have kills in 2 games, which is really good. I think that's probably one of the higher on the higher end of most teams. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys next week. We are 2-0. We do play Brandon, coach of the Toronto Razor Leafs, which is one of the moderators. Now that I've kind of given off some of my roles to a couple other people in the league, so that's not as stressful for me. Like all this layout was not done by me; it was done by I think it was Brandon and Marcushan. I think they all kind of combined. I'm pretty sure one of them did a lot of it, but yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. See you guys next week. Let's go 3-0. We're gonna 6-0 Brandon. It's gonna be fun. And but in all honesty, he has a pretty threatening team. We'll show you that team right now. Got the Infernape, Raikou, Gudra, Slowking, Fortress, Crobat, Comfy, Tangela, Hariyama, Golurk, Pinsir. He's kind of copying my team from Season 2, that Infernape Mega Pinsir core. But well, we'll let him. We'll forgive him for that if we can get the win. Anyways, I'll see you.